Hey everybody, this is Sandman, and Season 3 of Tekken 8 is about 2 months away from now. There's been a lot of discussion about balancing and bug fixes, and that is all completely warranted, but I'd like to weigh in on a couple of changes that Shaheen could get that would make playing him much more interesting. The first change I want to see is to Shaheen's charge move, Al Ghul. It just has an odd set of circumstances when it comes to neutral and his combos. Specifically in a scenario like this, why is it landing when you try to sidewalk it, especially after back 3? I think that's very odd, and that shouldn't happen. This move should not catch sidewalk. It should kind of be like Kazuya's Hell Sweep, in the sense that if you do step it, well, that's a bad day to be a Kazuya player. And I think that would be more fair for the player defending against Shaheen. And I think people would like fighting Shaheen a little more if this option was a present thing. And I've been asking for this ever since my Season 2 Wishlist video, but you still can't use his charge move and his combos except for down forward 2. And when you land it on the wall. I don't understand the choice of limiting player expression in this scenario. This move is a cool move. I want to use it. And I don't want his charge move to be the best tornado or the best wall carry move that he has. Because I don't want the same thing to happen to Shaheen that happened to Lee. Lee got back 2-4-3 and that kinda killed his combo game because it was just way better than the rest of his routes. And I don't want to see that happen to Shaheen. I think that this should be an option, but not the best option. The next thing I want to see change is back to's reaction on a back-turned opponent. I have nothing to say about this button when it lands normally from in front. 30 damage, grey health deleting, -9 on block. It's pretty good. But when it lands on a back-turned opponent, there's a lot to be desired. You get 4 whole frames of advantage and 12 whole points of damage. Wow! Incredible! It's pretty awful. What I don't want is this throw to be possible from back turned. I think that's stupid and too easy of a fix. What I would like to see is that this button have a ballerina Oki, or that tailspin, I hate that word, that spinning Oki on back turn. I think that this would be more interesting to use, especially if like there's a wall behind me, then I sidestep my opponent and land this for a wall combo. I think that would be more interesting than what we have currently. And especially because when you back turn your opponent, you kind of really want to go into a lot of routes or sequences that do a lot of damage, like this one. Or maybe back 2 can turn your opponent around for a high advantage, maybe like plus 12 or 13. So you land the back 2 while it's back turned, and then you can get a 2-3 that's guaranteed, or 4-2-3, or maybe 4-1 or front back 2, but I'm not too sure about making it 13 frames. Adding a button like this to Shaheen will make him stand out more compared to the rest of the cast. And the idea of it seems kinda cool, but it shouldn't give 14 frames of advantage because I think that's just too much. 13 or 12 frames of advantage to work with seems to be the right spot, at least to me. The third thing I want to change is Shaheen's back turn too. The button in and of itself is a mid, does 20 damage, and gives a guaranteed follow-up, which is really good because 38 damage from back turn is kinda nice. This button is cool and all, but it is the most knowledge check thing about Shaheen that I've ever seen. This button can be way more interesting than how it is right now, because it can give a very interesting hit reaction when you land it on a mid-air opponent, like that. So I think that this button can be used for combo fillers, especially after something like 4-1. What if 4-1 left an option to be back-turned, and then you can use this move in your combos. I'm kind of on the fence with changing back turn 2 into a tornado move or not, because this hit reaction is very useful. I'm sure that you can go into his white standing 3 loops from this, but maybe giving 4-1 a back turned option can give this button more relevance instead of just a surprise button. I think that would be much more interesting than what it is right now. That's about all the interesting changes I want to see for Shaheen in Season 3. I did make another video about a what if patch that you guys can check out. It has a lot more interesting ideas. The last few changes I want to see for Shaheen are reverts to Season 1. I miss Discounted Launcher. I miss Slide doing just a little more damage because I can't count the matches that had me or I decided to go for a slide to end the round and this sequence was just not enough to kill them. So just a little bit more damage would be nice. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have any ideas to change Shaheen in a way to make him more interesting to new players and current Shaheen players, let me know and let us discuss it in the comments. Again, thanks for watching, check out my other videos, and have a good one.